covered in oil, don't stand next to a fire.
What'd you do with my trailer?
Don't you know the building is on fire? Fire! Fire! Fire!
All right, well, I am, this is our first podcast, inaugural episode. I am, what was I trying to say? I'm fighting a foot cramp real hard right now, dude.
You sound like a pilot. We're going to hit our cruising altitude at 30,000 feet, and then we are going to take off the fasten seatbelt signs. Feel free to move about the cabin. Just keep an eye on those overhead lights, and if the seatbelt sign comes back on, please make your way back to your seat. Place your tray in the upright position and hold on.
I do have a co-pilot who is a female. I know when a lot of you walked in here, it made you pretty nervous. I saw one gentleman with a hat said to his wife, he looked over and said, if we're going to die, it's going to be on this one. Fucking diversity.
I just want to make sure that to put you guys at ease, she will be spending the entirety of the flight sucking my dick. So there will be no flying from her.
Hold on one second. I'm going to need a towel. Can I get a moist towel?
She can't fly because she keeps changing the radio station. No, I just got to find good jamming music. Like, this is not like driving music, right? There's like driving music and there's sitting music, and this is more sitting music. That's the sound of the engine, sweetheart.
Dude, the last flight. So we just went to the Alaska Before You Die festival. So
Yeah,
it
you
was
gotta tell me about that.
a lot of plane travel. I had all my accoutrement. I had my books. I had my Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
I had my fucking this, and I was like ready to have a really nice plane ride. I was gonna relax, lean back, maybe take a nap, and then just the biggest human on planet Earth decided to sit behind me. And while she was trying to get in, she was having a full-bore panic attack. She starts like bitching, and then I realized that that's what I sound like whenever I do what, because I've done what she's done.
Yeah.
I've had a fat guy panic wherever you can't get situated.
I can't get my legs
She gets
stretched
in there,
out.
she's like, people can't even fucking sit in this thing. Like, I felt like I was on an 8-second bull ride. I was like, holy shit. She's like, I can't even get my things. And then she couldn't get her water bottle, which was not filled with water. You could definitely smell the coolant. But then she also had so many snacks, because the whole time we were flying, she was just bitching and moaning, and the guy next to her was like, would you calm down? There's no reason for you. And then she went ballistic on this guy.
Yeah.
She's yelling at him, and I'm like, dude, how desperate is this guy that he's got to be with her? Because one, didn't smell great. She smelled rough, smelled like a fucking open wound. Like she smelled.
So she smelled like a large woman on a plane complaining about the seat full of snacks.
Yes, and she was being very mean to this guy. And I'm like, God, what a trooper to put up with that, right? And then the whole time we were flying, you would just hear something open, and then I would just smell a new gas station snack.
Hell
She
yeah.
went through everything. She's beef jerky,
Yep.
Tijuana Mamas, the hot sausages.
Damn.
She went through hot Cheetos. She went through like Starburst. She just kept.
Oh, if she was eating Tijuana Mamas and Cheetos, you know that bitch be farting. She was farting that plane full, son.
So as soon as we got down, like whenever we got off, I ran around and I was like, Kayla, I got to get eyes on it. Because, I couldn't like turn around.
Right, yeah.
I wanted to look so bad and just sit, because I was imagining.
I need to know the face to hate.
I need to know if I was right whenever I imagine what this troll looked like. And when we see them leave, the guy that she was yelling at was in a wheelchair. And I was like, he's not a trooper. He's tortured. This poor guy. First off, you shouldn't yell at your boyfriend anyways, because fucking that's just not nice. He's just trying to tell you to calm down. Secondly, he's in a wheelchair. It feels so much worse that she's yelling at because he spilled her water. And she fucking went off on this guy. And I'm like, well, yeah. And then I started thinking, I was like, man, she's so big that she's probably the reason he's in a wheelchair.
She broke him,
Yeah,
fucking him.
He let her on top one time.
I was thinking it was like a misery situation.
Crushed. Nah.
She fucking broke this goddamn ankle so he couldn't leave.
Finish your novel.
He got drunk and made a mistake one night, and she's like, I think you'll stay. He's like, I'd rather leave. And she's like, oh, well, here's a sledgehammer that says you won't.
Do you want some more beef jerky?
Here, eat up.
Come on, here's some more beef jerky. Want a Tijuana Mama?
Those Tijuana Mamas do go hard, though.
Yeah, but they're fucking disgusting whenever they're being opened up behind you. And
Yeah.
I'm getting BO and Tijuana Mama vinegar.
You know what one of my favorite snacks to like get when I was going somewhere out of a gas station when I was younger? It was always Tijuana Mama hot, because there's a hot and a mild. Get the hot, Tijuana Mama hot, a bag of Funyuns. Tijuana Mama. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I can't talk. I get it.
That's just, I don't think anybody can say that.
The
Tijuana
old-
Mama hot.
The old TM, the trademark hot, Tijuana Mama hot chocolate milk bag of Funyuns. Can you imagine now in our 30s having that as a snack?
I ate pizza 3 days in a row, and I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital.
I can't imagine eating a hot sausage, backing it up with Funyuns, and downing a chalky milk with it. Dude, that would end my entire weekend.
I refuse to believe that I'm just getting older. I'm always gonna be like, it's something catastrophic. It's definitely cancer. And there's like, no, you just can't have pizza anymore, dude.
Do you remember being young and like your parents or somebody old would be like, I don't know if I can have pizza tonight. I'm like, how weak are you as a human that you can't
eat
you
pizza?
can't process basic foods? And
cheese,
now
bread, tomatoes. It's 3 ingredients. And
now-
that's too much for you?
now Alex is like, you want to get pizza for dinner? I'm like, I don't know. I got a big Wednesday.
I don't have any Zantac at the house.
It's unbelievable how fast that shit
I
changes.
would rather drink too much alcohol than eat too much pizza. You know, like, because you never know when you've went too far with any of that. You think you do, but you really don't know your limits until you've crossed it. And eating too much pizza, it's the same for me always. I wake up 4 a.m, feel like somebody's poured lava down my throat. And you're just like, and then you're choking on it. I always wake up like
mid half puke.
And I wake up like I've been under the ocean for 10 minutes. Like I'm going for the world record, because every time I wake up, it's always... And then Kayla sits up. She's like, what? She's like, you've got to get a CPAP machine.
I'm not CPAP kind of guy. I'm more of like a...
I'm not flying a plane in my sleep. I'm not looking like a goddamn fighter pilot. Just
Alex swears I have sleep apnea as well.
Oh, you do? I don't know if you...
No, you do.
I don't know if you've heard yourself.
No, I'm not, because I've been asleep. So in order to combat those accusations, I was like, I sleep fine. And she's like, I don't know that you sleep at all. I don't think you've ever slept. We've been married for a decade, and I don't think you've slept since we've been married. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm sleeping fine. So I got one of these fancy bracelets supposed to track your sleep and see what your like respiratory rate is and all that. And I was like, 3 days in, I was like, this thing's not even accurate. It's not even picking up. And it was like, did you miss sleep last night? And I'm like, no, you're not even picking up that I'm going to sleep. And then it finally, like on the 4th day, was like, you did sleep last night. Your recovery is 12%. And I was like, of 100%, like I could have slept a little better. Sure. My neck was bothering me. I had a rough day or whatever. And it's like, you stopped breathing 1,600 times last night. It's like, oh, you actually weren't breathing more than you were breathing last night.
The last time we went on a vacation together, it was you and Alex in one bed.
Yeah.
And me and Kayla in the next. Yeah, and then I was like, we've done that a million times before, but we've never done it deep into our 30s.
Yep.
And I just remember hearing, like, I was like, God damn, Murphy needs to go to the doctor, dude. He fucking snores like a fucking grizzly bear. That sounds like a tractor getting backed into a wood chipper. And then all of a sudden I heard something even more ferocious. And I was like, that was Alex?
Yeah, dude.
I couldn't sleep because all night I was dreaming of grizzly bears fighting over a sand. And it was you two fuckers snoring. I was like, there's no way they're living another week the way y'all are sleeping.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened, but I remember there was like a fight that broke out that night, because I
In
just
the
remember
hall.
waking up and you were half naked and then you were just rubbing your belly, and I was just like, Dad, because I haven't seen another girl. I haven't been awoken to a half naked man since my father was, in the same house as me.
Yeah,
And I remember, and I was thinking about this the other day. I could not remember why you got out of bed. But I think there was like a fight.
There was
going
a
on.
fight in the hallway, and these bitches would not shut the fuck up. And I made the mistake, being the big, hairy, snoring, topless grizzly bear that I am. I was like, I'm going to open this door and settle this shit down right the fuck now, because Daddy needs his rest. So I opened the door.
If it's
and
Brown, lay down.
there's just
Black fight back.
two middle-aged women, obviously too old to be in the prom dresses that they were wearing. And they're like... mid-argument with a guy at the end of the hall. I open the door. They're standing. I didn't check the peephole. Rookie mistake. Should have checked the peephole. They're in our doorway. And they look at me and go, it's fucking bullshit, right? And I was like, you goddamn right. And I just closed the door. I don't know. But they needed my support. I supported them. I don't know what they were arguing about. But yeah, I opened the door to two like 35-year-olds in prom dresses. They're like, it's fucking bullshit, right? And I'm like, yep. Show is.
This is my level of autism. I know everybody's autistic now, and I'm just like, I'm sick of it. Just, you know what?
Yeah.
You can just be weird.
Yeah.
My level of weird is when we were in Alaska, I had to go to Lowe's. I had to, because I knew for a fact that they wouldn't have Eastern Pine there. And that's the level of dumbness.
True.
I was like, they don't have Eastern pine for their
But they had
2x4s.
redwood though, didn't they?
That's what I thought. I was like, I bet they have redwood.
Yep.
You're never gonna guess. You're never gonna guess. Douglas fir.
Fir boards.
They making fucking things out of Christmas trees, dude.
That is wild. I mean, that's where Christmas starts.
Yeah.
Up in the Great White North.
Well, everybody was looking at me like I was insane because me and Kayla were taking pictures of the lumber island.
Look at it. It's fir as opposed to pine.
Here's also a great thing about Alaska that nobody told us when we got to Anchorage. Probably the most dangerous city I've ever been to.
Really?
I've been to very sketchy cities and very bad parts of very sketchy cities, and I've never once felt truly unsafe.
A lot of moose on moose violence?
Yeah, did see a bunch of mooses. They were just chilling in people's driveways. So
Are they as big as I feel like they'd look in
yeah.
person?
Oh, yeah.
Like, is it mind-blowing
It's
how
like a
big?
Clydesdale. It's huge.
That's not that big.
A Clydesdale?
Yeah. I mean, they're a big horse, but like, I always had this idea that if I ever saw a moose in person, I would like shit my pants. Like, that's so much bigger than I ever even imagined. Like, I had them pictured about a Clydesdale. So,
yeah.
That's a little depressing. It's one of those things that it's like, man, I really thought this was going to blow my mind, and it's exactly what I thought it was. Nothing's worse than when you set an expectation and then fucking nail it. Right? Like, it's so much better
when
to
somebody's like, guess how much I paid for this? And you're like, $50. I'm like, fucking 49. God damn it.
It's so awful. There's nothing worse.
No, it was a really good deal. I'm like, yeah, I figured that's why you were asking me to guess, and I just used.
Like, if you paid full retail and then asked me to guess, that would be silly. So I assumed it was a great price.
That'd be dumb on your part. But
anyway, crime.
The whole time we were in Anchorage, super sketchy, tons of homeless, which blows my mind because I'm like, not to shit on the homeless, but if you're not going to have a house, don't live in Alaska. What's all this panhandling for? Stop buying the drugs, get an Amway ticket to Amway. Is Amway what the kids sell to each other? Is Amway like LuLaRoll, but for like soap?
What?
LuLaRoll, like the leggings. Is Amway a multi-level marketing?
Lululemon?
No, Lululemon. Also,
Jesus Christ, we're down a fucking hole.
in Anchorage, we went to Lululemon, and me and Kayla walked in there, and we went into the mall, they had a Lululemon. I was like, oh, I'm going to go see if I can get some comfy travel pants. And I'm in there, and I'm looking for something, and they go, if you need more sizes of that style, they're on the wall. And I was like, oh, okay. And then Kayla goes, what about this style? And he goes, I already fucking told you! And then he turns and storms off and starts shaking his head, which is hilarious because they make him wear like a little red purse around the chest. So he was just like, I already fucking told you, what a fucking idiot. God damn it, people are so fucking stupid. Which I appreciate a good rant. Like, I like when somebody crashes out like that. I'm like, nice.
That may have been his last day there.
But the whole time
that
I'm
may
walking
have been
out,
the straw where he's like, I can't believe a bitch asked about the second pair of leggings. And he walked, that was the end of his shift and the end of his career.
he just made a circle and then came right back to us. But he was just swarping the whole time. So then me and Kayla were leaving, and I was just like, then I turned into a little bitch. I'm like, don't fucking get an attitude with me just because you work at fucking Lululemon in the middle of fucking Alaska. You fucking have to wear stupid ass
show you what a redneck do up this bitch. Hey.
I think we just look and shake your head. I grew out a mullet. I've been growing out a mullet because I was tired of like everybody, swoop their hair to the side and then started looking like me with a fat beard. And I was like, I'd go to open mics and I'd see 20 me's.
Yep.
And I was like, I gotta do something a little different. Like all the cool kids are growing out mullets. I did that. And now everyone just thinks I'm really poor.
Yeah.
They've always thought I was poor. Because like, I don't know about you. Whenever I go to a restaurant, they never seat me by the window. They never seat me by the fireplace. They always put me in a fucking corner next to like a closet or something.
Yeah.
Like they want you to know that you're fucking poor.
They also do the apologizing for prices.
Yeah.
That you don't like. They'll go to the next table and the guy will be like, I'll take 5,000 oysters. And they're like, that's a great choice, sir. Then they'll come to my table and they're like, the fries are good, but they're a little expensive for what they are. I'm like, listen, I don't. What? But you're right. I'm not paying $11 for fries. It's a good point.
I just got to figure out what I'm doing because we were at Target.
Exuding poor.
This lady walks by and I'm like, here's the thing. I'm like, some of the stuff I'm wearing is like fairly expensive. Mm-hmm. You might not know that, but I mean, it's not like I'm walking in and damn coveralls covered in oil or something.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And
it's not like you've got Wrangler jeans from Walmart on and a like fishing shirt from Academy.
And I'm shopping at Target. Come on, lady.
And a free hat you got from getting a credit card at Bass Pro. Like, you're not that guy.
But then this lady, she walks up to me and Kayla and she goes, hey, do you like cars? And she was holding when's the last time this happened to you? And she was holding 2 packs of Hot Wheels. And she said, do you like cars? And the only time somebody has ever said that to me is when they're about to give you something. So I thought she was like, do you like cars? I got these Hot Wheel things. I don't want them. You look like you might. And I was like.
She's trying to sell them, for sure.
Then I said, oh, no, I'm good. And then she goes, oh, you just look like you might know something about cars. And she goes, "What's a Shelby?" And then I go, "Oh, it's Carroll Shelby. You know, he made like the Cobra Mustang and stuff. It's a Shelby American company." She goes, "Is that a Ford?" I'm like, it's its own company, Carroll Shelby American.
Known with Fords, for sure, yeah.
Known with Ford, for sure. You know, you got the Shelby Mustang GT350. Yeah. Just started going through. And then I was like, fuck, she nailed it, dude.
I do know a lot about goddamn cars. I do. I didn't even know I did.
That's the thing. I didn't even know I did.
Yeah.
When she goes, "Who's Shelby?" And I'm just like, how do I know that? But I was just like, wait a second. And I walked out of the aisle. There's 500 dudes.
Yep.
She singled me out so far away from her. She's like, "That guy looks poor."
He looks like he's been under the hood of something.
She's like, "I'm trying to buy my nephew a car, and I wanted something cool. I'm just looking for something that says Chevrolet." I'm like,
you're going to be looking for a Camaro, possibly a Chevelle or a Chevette.
Hennessy, you know, they make... that would be like the Shelby equivalent of...
Hey, here's a question that I just realized. How come, like, talking of derogatory terms for different groups of people, right? How come the only people who are proud of it is us? Like, if you are talking about black people and you say a derogatory term that, like, stereotypes them into a bubble of, like, committing crimes or whatever, it's going to offend
They're
them.
like, "Hey, man, that's fucking racist. Don't do that again."
The Eskimos, the Inuits, all of that stuff is like, don't call us that. That's not who we are. But you call a redneck, you're like, damn, you're a redneck. You goddamn right.
I am. Look how
I'm
red.
redder than your ass.
Look how I'm more rednecker than you.
There's a song called Rednecker.
Necker than you. And
Yeah.
they mean it.
There's no one else like gets a hate speech thrown at them, and they're like, you fucking A1 grade top of them right here. You get called a hillbilly, a redneck, you're like, yep, you goddamn right.
They're like, no, you tell an Asian person they can't drive, and like, you goddamn right. I'm banging into all kinds of cars out here. Don't be on the road with me. I am the most dangerous thing out here.
And it's like all of the things they say about us, except for the cousin fucking. And honestly, I know some guys who are like, my cousin's hot. I fuck shit out of my cousin. I don't give a shit. But most of the things that they say that are like stereotyping us, it's like, man, you're poor. It's like, I grew up dirt poor.
I was poor.
I'll tell you how poor I was.
We're so poor. I was thinking about that too. What is going to be I had to walk 8 miles both way in the snow speech because I'm going to be looking at kids. I'm like, you don't even understand. We had to use an America Online CD, dial up internet. Hope your mom wasn't on there, and then you'd have to wait for a titty to load.
You know how long? You know how hard it is to keep a boner and not blow your load for 11 and a half minutes while one titty downloads on the screen, and then your mom picks up the phone right before the nipple hits? That's impossible to deal with. You don't know what life's like.
They walk into the family room, and you got to hurry up and pull up Minesweeper. You hate Minesweeper. She's like, "Why are your pants off?" "I get hot when I play these games, Mama."
It's about bombs. Yeah, no matter what you say to a redneck, they're excited to tell you that not only is that true, but you don't even realize to what level it's true. Everyone else is upset by their derogatory remarks and their stereotyping. We are like, yes, we are that stereotype and the best of it. It's just pride, I guess.
I'm stealing that.
You're going to use that as a
I'm
bit?
going to figure that out. I'm going to make that a bit because
You can have it.
I don't
I'm going to use it.
I don't do a lot of observational humor, but I like that one. That's a
That
that's
is.
a solid observation. Because I was racking my brain. I was like, and that's how you know how racist you are. Because I was racking trying to go through other stereotypes. I'm like, black people, like, well, maybe the big dick thing. Then they're just like, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Which most black stereotypes, besides the hateful ones, okay, pause. Hold on. That is, I'm trying to work it out.
No, go ahead.
We're
Tell
working
us.
it out. I'm trying to, okay. There are a lot of
What is
negative,
it about black people that you're using them as an entire group? Go ahead.
A lot of negative.
Lump them together and make a broad statement. Go ahead.
Well, you know, the blacks. Okay, there's a lot of negative stereotypes, but there's also a lot of positive ones. Like, they can sing, they're athletic, they
Rhythm.
can dance, you know, big dicks. And I'm just like,
I've even heard people get upset about that. Be like, well, you know, the blacks has got a big dick. And I've had guys be like, not all of them.
well, yeah, you know how bad that would suck being the black dude with a little dick, and you got to go to go like, and then you put regular condoms on the like, really? He's like, hey man, I could buy the fucking
No, I
Magnums,
had a black buddy in high school who played football. Guy, it was a super small dick.
Just
It's
so
like, why
tiny.
would, just hey, that's a good one. Keep it. You know what stereotypes we get? We know how to work on cars. That doesn't make me cool. That makes me a poor white trash redneck, and we embrace that.
And I don't like. That's the thing is like, I thought I didn't know how to work on cars.
Yeah.
But then like you get in a room with like the next generation. That's what's wild, is because growing up,
yeah.
I was the opposite of manly.
Right.
Because I talked a lot. I was always cracking jokes.
Sucked dick.
Sucked all kinds of.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
I would suck the bottom out of dudes' ball sacks. Like I was getting,
Like a fucking man.
like I needed gas for a 4-wheeler, and all I had was a 1-foot piece of garden hose.
Oh, I got to think about gas later, but go ahead.
But no, I was like, there was manly fucking men, guys who were like, and what I thought was manly was not like they're jacked and they can fight. None of that. It was just they were no nonsense. They were quiet, stoic. They barely spoke.
Beaten down by life, not enjoying their time here at all.
They
Right.
would go like
Men.
hunt or fish or whatever, and then they just wouldn't talk to each other.
Yep.
And then when they'd get back, they're like, "Did you have a good time?" I'm like, "I had a great time. I love that guy." I'm like, they didn't say one word to each other the whole trip. But anyways, just there was a lot of manly dudes who could do all kinds of shit, like arc weld and fucking grow a full beard. And and I'm like, I was never manly. And then now there's a bunch of younger generations beneath me, and I'm looking around at all these people who they're like, I should never be the manliest person in the room, is what I'm saying, and it's happening more and more.
Yep.
And I'm not that saying, hey, look how manly I am. I'm saying like, what happened?
Right.
That I'm the guy who knows what a carburetor is.
Exactly. And if your ball comes in my yard again, I'm keeping it.
Turn it down, you damn kids.
While we're discussing old people shit, so me and my wife bought a car today. We told you about that earlier. We're sitting in the finance room with the old guy who runs all the numbers and does the paperwork and all that shit. And we started talking about old men shit because, like, I code switch, but not like vernacular as much as topics. So, like, whatever the man in the room is talking about, I am now super involved in that thing. So we start talking about the way the government has fucked up the world, right? That's what we're on. And he's like, it's like gas cans. And immediately my dick got hard because I was like, brother, you're telling me. Like, I have never
agreed with something.
Never got so in sync with a 70-year-old man in my life. Dude was old as fuck. But he's like, the gas cans, try to get these safety nozzles on, is worse than it's ever been. It's less safe is what it is. And dude, we just went back and forth for like 10 minutes. It was one of those moments where I was like, I can sit here and talk to you about gas cans all goddamn day. That being said, how do you feel about gas cans? Are you as passionate as myself?
Brother, my dad has been a liberal his entire life, which is crazy because he has no teeth and he looks like every NASCAR fan you've ever seen. He looks as white trash as you can get. He was a coal miner forever, but he's liberal and he hates Trump. And then he's been saying nice things about Trump lately. And I'm like, what's going on? He goes, did you see they banned paper straws? And I was just like, that's what did it for you?
That's what
I was like, you don't care that they're also like banning abortions and stuff? He goes, I've had a lot more Coca-Colas than I've had abortions. So this is a personal issue for me. And then it was like,
I talk about the topics that matter to me personally.
And then the other one was like, do you see? Trump's wanting to bring back high-flow toilets. And I was just like,
hey, that's great.
Actually, if you want to win it, that's how we know we're getting old, when I can get one over with, like, I don't give a fuck what they're doing in Palestine.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just want a 5-gallon-a-minute toilet.
Like I told you the other night, I'm going to reuse a joke because it made you laugh really hard. We were in the car, and I was like, listen, I understand that as a voting age 35-year-old adult male, I should have a grasp on the basic important things that are going on in this world, but it has been 2 decades, and I still don't know what the fuck a Benghazi is. I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know who a Benghazi is. I don't know when a Benghazi is. I don't know why a Benghazi is.
I just know people keep talking about that shit. I'm like, I don't know not one Benghazi. I know a Ben Houchins, solid dude, hell of a tree cutter.
And you never put fire on a grease. Never put water on a grease fire.
Yeah, no, put water on a grease fire. That's things I learned from the only Ben I know.
Yeah. Here's something that was crazy that happened when we were in Alaska. So they had the Alaska Festival. So it was a comedy festival, a bunch of different venues and stuff that you could go to and perform. And then while we were there, Jared, who's from Alaska, one of the local comics, he went with us, and he was telling us about this mic you got to get. And I was like, dude, it's a great mic. And if you can do good here, you can do good anywhere. It's so tough. And I'm like, we go to this bar. And like I said, Anchorage, very dangerous. Everyone's on drugs. You have to go through a metal detector to get into this bar. In a city of 100,000 people, and I mean serious metal detectors with fucking pat downs and everything. They're taking your license and bending it just to make sure it's real. Wild place. I walk in there. I had this guy who walks up to me, and he's speaking in a Hawaiian accent for some reason, but then he says he's from Vermont. He goes, "Hey, brother," and he goes, "Do you say you a comedian?" And then he starts talking to me.
Sounds a little Mexican.
Oh, I'm not great at accents.
Yeah, I just want to let you know. You said Samoan. I just want everyone else to know that accent is not Samoan. But go ahead.
Said, "Hey, brother." Nope, Jamaican. Huh.
Yeah.
No, I've never, that's never been one I've attempted before.
I only know 2 Samoans, so the impressions for those or what can I say but you're welcome. And then the other one is my favorite quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa for the Miami Dolphins is Samoan, and my impression of him is this. That's all I got.
But this guy was telling me, he was talking about how he came out to Anchorage for the clean air because his lungs are damaged because he's a welder. And he goes, my lungs are damaged. And he goes, I'll tell you, when I had my first heart attack, and he's like 25. I'm like, your first heart attack? And he goes, yeah, dude, welding's really dangerous. And he was like, he's like, there was a crack in my mask, and I was breathing in all these welding fumes. And he goes, and it gave me a heart attack. And then the doctor also thought it could be the welding powder. And I'm like, what the fuck is welding powder? And he goes, cocaine. And I was like,
oh, it's for sure the cocaine.
I was like, I'm
dog.
only doing 2 ounces a week, maybe 4. But I mean, it was definitely the welding. I had a crack in my respirator. And that's the guy that I was talking to. And then actually the first thing he said within 5 seconds of meeting this guy, he goes, hey, my name, gave me his name. Then he goes, I've been up here. Did you know I got attacked by a gray fox? And I'm like, what? Also, I don't think they have those. But yeah, okay.
Welding powder. That's great.
And then that's the place that we're at. So we go in, and we're there for the open mic, and it is just a shit show. So the way this open mic works is they give people bells. And you're in this place called, everybody calls it Coots, and it's this bar that is made up of like 8 other bars. Inside, there's like the main bar, then there's like a pinball vintage arcade, and then you go in the back. The first night we were there, they were having an illegal poker tournament. They can say whatever the fuck they want. That shit was not sanctioned by any governing board. That shit was so illegal. It was so smoky in there and just fucking... And then you go further back, there's a bar called the Birdhouse, and it just says panties hanging from the ceiling. And I don't know what they did to the floor.
It's called the Birdhouse?
The Birdhouse, and it is on a 45 fucking
That's where all the
degree
birds
angle.
go.
Yeah. And then you go... There's a Russian room, so they've got this secret room where you go into it, and it's all... Because, Alaska was owned by Russia for a while. And the whole time you're going back,
you can see it from your back porch.
There's all this pre-communism Russia stuff in there. There's a bunch of like linen shit and swords and like it was crazy. So there's all these crazy bars. So all of that is going on at the same time. There's like a dance club and part of it, and there's the DJ, all that's going on. There's people like trying to fuck, trying to fight. There's the security guard throwing people out. There's the dude on welding powder. All that's going on. And then right here in the front, they're having an open mic, and they give you bells. So if you like something, you ding a bell, like a bing, like a you're at a hotel. Those fucking bells, right?
Okay.
There's like 6 of those out there. We had just gotten off this long ass flight, 4-hour time difference. It's like 5 a.m. our time.
Yeah.
And I'm like going up there and I'm trying to do my stuff, and I'm like, all right, it's an open mic. I'm just gonna try some new stuff. That's not working. I'm gonna hit him with the hitters. That's not working. I start crowd working and roasting this guy. It's working a little bit. It's like a younger, cool guy.
Yeah.
And do the thing where I'm like, alcohol's the best drug, right? And he goes, no, these. And he holds up Zins. And I'm like, hey, give me a lippy pippy. I'll take one. And I do this. Never thought he would. Chucked it at me, and I caught it one-handed. Coolest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Open it one-handed. And then I grab it, and then I go to put it in my lip. I dump all his fucking Zins on the stage.
No.
Every last one of his Zins on the stage. Close it back up, and then I'm just like, and I throw it back to him, and I don't say a word about it.
I mean, he obviously saw it, though.
He obviously saw it because it was like a full can of Zins.
And you're on stage.
I'm on stage. I dump them all. And then I keep trying to do some jokes, and it's not working. And they keep... then it starts working. Like, I'm starting to roll a little bit, and they start dinging the bells. And, like, I'm having, like, a full spaz. I'm just like, yeah. Every time they ding the bell, I'm like, what? What? And then I'm like, guys, I just flew fucking 16 hours to be here. You got to cool it with the bells. I'm freaking out. I'm like, you guys don't want comedy anyway. I should just fucking... Somebody give me a guitar, and I'll play some goddamn Creed. And then, like, I'm just trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
And then over the God mic, somebody goes, if I give you a guitar, could you actually play Creed? And I'm like, I could give it a shot. And I never thought it would happen. And fucking they take 5 minutes to bring out a guitar. They bring me a fucking PRS with no distortion, some jazz bullshit guitar to play Creed. And they hand me the guitar, and I'm like, I don't think I know how to play Creed. And he goes, well, you better fucking figure it out real fast. And I'm like, think about being 12. Think about being 12. Think about being 12. And I was
Daniel
Danielle Elkins is getting her boobs. Think about being 12. Think about being 12. Oh, fucking.
If I just learn this song, someone will show me a nipple.
Oh,
I
Miss
know it.
Lawson is 58 years old with liver spots on her legs, but she could get it. Think about being 12. Think about being 12. Dun, 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 and I'm playing fucking One Last Breath, and I'm like, oh, I'm remembering it. The guitar sounds like shit. And then I'm like, please come here, I think I'm better. And I'm going through it. Forget the words. Get a laugh on that. People dinging the bells. And then I like get to the part where I'm like, I yelled out when I heard thunder. And I'm giving it all I got, Captain.
Yeah.
And I expect people to be like, damn, he said he was going to play Creed. This motherfucker just played Creed. They couldn't have given two shits. And I was just like, all right, well, this was fucking something. I'm going to get off here. And they're like, well, play something else. So then I just started playing some chords and shitting on the room. And then I took the guitar and I thought about smashing it on the stage.
Dude. So, and that is the origin story of when you switched to musical comedy. The lowest form of comedy.
I have nothing but respect for those people. To try to get a laugh with a guitar, I thought I would get.
Oh, it's such a cheap laugh, though.
It's not. Try it. I did. Fucking. I hated, like, and then here's the thing. I got off stage and I was like, God, that fucking sucked. I hated it. And then Jared's like, everybody bombs here. And I'm like, I'm not talking about the comedy. I forgot the chords to Creed. These people don't think I can play guitar. I can play guitar. That's what was bumming me out, dude.
No, just let me run it back one more time, if you guys don't care. I know we're supposed to be doing jokes, but if we just take a quick break. I went out, looked up the G tabs.
That's what I said. I was like, if you guys can pull a Ultimate guitar on your phone, anybody with me here? And I was like, also, I need a distortion pedal. Does anyone have maybe a or a fucking tube screamer?
Just put the click the little button on the side of that cheap amp that says OD. It'll work. Overdrive. That's super inside.
Oh man, that was fun.
So you played.
My favorite though.
You did your first musical set.
There was so they do a pants off show, which for comedian non super into the comedy scene people. Whoa, pause. Let me figure out how to say that in a sentence that makes sense.
Just have a stroke real quick. You got it.
All right. So they, for whatever reason, there's a bunch of alternative comedy shows out there where people will be naked or in their underwear or some sort of goofy thing. And I personally think it is just an excuse for people who aren't good enough to get stage time. Because not every person is going to say, oh, I'll drop dong to be on stage.
Yeah.
So there's an underwear show. I'm not doing it. And I hear the guy that did it, he didn't really wear underwear. He wore a jockstrap. And when he pulled his pants down, he showed his whole ass. And then I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. But that's at the underwear show. So that's what people signed up for.
How do you focus on the jokes if you're just staring at some dude's dong?
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to like talk about how I feel about my father and getting older and political stuff, and then people are just trying to figure out if I've got a tater tot or not.
Yeah, that's like if, as an audience member, not even the person on stage, it's going to be really tough for me to like listen to your dick jokes when I'm looking directly at your dick.
And then a girl gets on stage. There's no way.
Yeah,
there's no way I can watch the set at all. Because there's no part I can look at where Kayla's not going to be like, the fuck are you looking at? Seriously, Travis?
She's on stage.
She's on stage with the microphone. You look at the microphone, motherfucker. You look hard at the microphone.
Yeah. What was that last joke she did? I don't know. Something about something.
Probably something about camel toes. There are some moose knuckles up here. Man, we are up in north. But anyways, so then there's a regular showcase going on the same time as this underwear show. It's actually the Best of Fest showcase, which I got invited to be in because I thought I was going to win Best of Fest. Gave it to a French guy. I'm not sour about that at all.
I could tell.
Had
You're
the best
totally,
set.
you're cool with it.
Can't tell anybody that, though. You can't be like, no, seriously, I got the most laughs.
No, but like, no, I killed it for real.
But so there's the Best of Fest showcase, and then there's this guy who comes out who was just in that room showing his ass. He comes out on stage, and he goes, I just showed my ass in the other room. He goes, I might do it here. And then, like,
2 hoops is all he needed. 2 people to be
one
like, woo!
One person went, woo! And he goes, oh, y'all better calm down.
I didn't even know this story. You've never told me this story, and I knew that guy was waiting for one person.
One.
He wasn't even doing it for the comedy. That's just what that bro beats off to at night. I showed 11 people my ass today.
Oh, it gets worse. Because then he's like, oh, that's the thing. If y'all want to see it, I'll show you. And then a lot of people went, no. So many people were like, no, don't do that. No. Like everybody was like getting mad, and then he was like,
All right, well, if you guys asked for it.
I swear to God, that's exactly what he said. He goes, since you guys want it, he pulls down his pants, shows his ass, dead silence. You could hear a rat piss on cotton. It's so fucking quiet. And then he full Ace Ventura's it, dude. He grabs his cheeks and starts talking, puts the microphone up to the asshole, and I'm like, dude, I gotta go fucking talk on that thing next. And then, like, bombs, completely quiet, has to pull his pants back up. All right, that's my time. Good night. I'm like, that was his closer? Oh, insane.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that dude just gets off on showing people his naked body. There's a thing for, what is that called? It's like the people who flash people. It's not voyeur. It's the opposite
exhibitionism.
of exhibitionist. Yeah, that's just an exhibitionist.
Just something I see on Reddit every now and then.
I'm just very learned. Do a lot of reading.
They banned Pornhub in Tennessee, so I've had to learn tags on Reddit.
Yeah. Titty drop
Heavy
Tuesday.
hangers, huh? Titty drop Tuesday. What's a TDT? What are they dropping on Tuesdays, huh?
Do you remember? It was a old episode of Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer. What? Two Bears. Two Bears and One Kevin. He's like, you've seen the Plast thing, right? And I'm like, what are they talking about? He's like, Plast. You know, it's like pussy.
Pussy, legs, ass, tits.
No. Pussy. Something, ass, toes, smile. The S is smile, the T is toes.
So it's like a certain position there.
Yeah. So they're talking about that, and they're like, oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. And then as people started submitting them a bunch, well, for like 3 episodes, they talk about this plasting thing, right? Finally, after the 3rd episode, I'm like, I mean, it doesn't sound awful.
I mean, I think I could spell it. Doesn't sound like that many letters.
And the position these girls get in to get all of those things in frame, it's not even erotic. It's just impressive. They're like, they got to get their toes, their pussy, their, I can't remember what the L is. It's not legs.
Girls, look up Plast.
Yeah, PLAST.
Put on a
just see
VPN.
what it stands for.
Just see what it stands for.
What does
What do you
PLAST
stand
stand
for? That's what we should protest.
Pussy,
We
something.
should be like, PLSD is not even hot, and we'll go stand in front of a Home Depot.
Ass, smile, toes. And I cannot think of that. Maybe it is legs. It can't be legs, though. PL, ass, smile, tits. I don't know. Anyway, whatever it stands for, these poor girls are just like trying to use a mirror and get their toes and their face and their ass and their pussy all in the same shot, and it is hilarious. I spent so much time just laughing and enjoying the positions they're in for no other reason than it's just because it was funny. Totally not hot at all.
I do get mad on Reddit because, like, once you turn off the NSFW blockers on Reddit, because, like, that's the only place you can get porn now that's not, like, illegal. Like, you go to those sites we went to in high school, and I'm like, one of the videos is just like, is she even 18? And I'm like, whoa. I swear to God, that was the title of the video on the landing page. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I got to get out of here in a minute.
Exactly 1 minute. But, like, you'll go into Reddit, and, like, I'll try to search something to show Kayla. Like, because I find so many, like, home renovation tips or anything off Reddit.
New positions. Yeah,
New
I get
positions, you know. Horny
possible
singles in my
thirds.
area.
Yeah.
I know what a bull is. Apparently, I'm a cupcake. But, like, you'll go to type in, like, you can't even start typing a word. You'll go to type in it's like TH, and it's like titties, horse. Just like, and like some of the things are so hilarious, but it'll be like 5 million not safe word pages. And the funniest ones are just the names. Hold the moan.
Hold the moan.
I think it's something about
Bitch about to moan.
No, you watch it for the plot, maybe, or maybe that's watch it for the plot. Actually,
that sounds like a thing. There's one that's like, what gets me is when they have like they put the NSFW at the top to let you know that this particular post or whatever is not.
And then
safe.
they blur it, and you have to go into your iPhone and like say, "No, definitely stop doing that."
Like, stop covering that up for sure.
I want to scroll like TikTok. I don't want to have to keep clicking on each.
But it'll be like, Reddit is also super useful for finding out information about super niche things. So it's like there's a whole group of plumbers on Reddit that will answer super random questions. But then you get into the plumbing thing. It's like our plumbing, right? And it'll be like, inserting a T valve into a 3-inch drain hose. And then like the fourth thing will be like NSFW. I'm like, I have to know, right? And it'll be some bitch shoving a PVC pipe up her pussy. And I'm like, why are you in here?
And she's like, because I'm watertight.
The thing is, it's the plumbing. It's the plumbing subreddit, so of course everyone in there is just an old fat plumber, very much like myself. So that gets the most likes. So now it's at the top, and it's like, yeah, what you really need to do is make sure that you've got an air release valve somewhere in there so that you don't get any gurgling, pussy, and make sure that you don't forget to.
That is something that's so gross. Is like because it seems like whenever guys get into something, it takes about a week into that hobby, but into like, I wonder if somebody's done this in porn.
Yep.
As soon as we started playing golf, I got into golf, and I was like, golf. Porn. And I was just like, I want to see somebody do it in a cart.
And you saw that one video of that bitch just sucking that dude's dick while they're driving around? Yep, me too.
And I was just like,
I think it's important for the
you're sitting there
people
like-
at home to know that both of our wives are sitting right here, just listening to our conquests into accidental pornography.
you know what's great? It's just like the whole time I was watching that porn video too, I was just like, nobody has tried to play through or rush them. They've just had so much time. This must be like a Tuesday at noon. Like, what is going on?
And then she's like, how's my swing look? You're like, it's your first day on a golf course for sure. No, she's like, I'm glad you brought me out here for my second set of lessons. I'm like, well, you missed the first ones because I could tell for sure. It's the first time you've held a golf club. In that position, you may have held it like this, but never like this.
You're going to want to put on some panties because if your lips stick together, you're going to fucking hook that ball bigger than shit.
That's the thing is like you're into the hobby first, so you notice like anything you see in the background, you're like, that's not even how that goes. She's obviously not into this. I want someone who's actually into golf to then get fucked on a golf course.
Yeah, authenticity is what I want.
Yeah, I need the story. I need to know her background. Did she play in high school? Did she go to college for golf?
Was her dad an avid golfer, or is this something she discovered because of a relationship with an uncle?
Well, I mean, she's in porn, so probably not a dad.
That's why I'm asking the big questions. Did you see my new tat?
Oh yeah, what'd you get in? That's your last.
I got a little muse.
Of course, it's a muse.
A little muse.
It's cute. It's real cute. Did you just air cure that one?
I peeled the sandy skin off. I hate that shit.
I think they do.
We're just doing tat talk. Doing tat talk on the damn fucking looking on them. There's no tat. Looking on the damn tat tails. Oh gosh.
Later I'll take my shirt off and fuck you. No, I'll show you. I'll show you the progress on this sleevage.
Something I want to talk about too, because you were there with me to experience it. Jesus Christ, the allergy season is real. I can't breathe.
I think it's just you're a pussy.
Yeah, it's possible. We did. Before we started the game, we played a rousing game of. Or before we started the pod, we played a rousing game of wiffle ball.
Listen, I see the potential, but you've got to work on that cut. That swing is ugly, brother. You've got potential. The heart's there, the drive is there, and I think with the proper training, I think you just makes a better connection.
I had good hustle.
Yeah.
I was trying real hard,
Yeah.
and I think I threw my throat out because I'm not used to breathing. You ever throw your throat out? You know what I mean? You breathe a little too hard, and then you're just like, I'm all phlegmy for the next. And you're like, what is that? What is it? Allergies? And I'm like, no, you're just not used to breathing that much.
Yeah, that's becoming more and more relevant every day as I try to do more exercisey things. It's like, God damn, I didn't realize how far I'd let it go. Because, like, I've always been fat, but I was what all of you guys, all my friends always called fatletic. Like, yes, you are visibly huge, but for some reason, you still can do a lot of physical things you shouldn't be able to do in that body. Brother, we lost that. Now I'm just regular fat. I'm not fatletic. It's just any little task, and I'm like, God damn, I can tell I'm 3. I can tell you right now I'm 3.
I've stopped bending. Like, I don't know what my feet are doing.
Yeah.
Because I've stopped bending down there to fuck with them. You know what I mean? Because they're too far away now. The hamstrings are too tight, so I don't know what's going on with my feet. But the other day, I was walking out of the bathroom. So I was in a shower, so my feet were nice and soft, and I got to walk out. And as I'm walking into the closet, I hear a crunch. And I'm like I'd stepped on a piece of glass.
Candy wrap.
And my foot hurt real bad. And I was like, fuck, what did June bring in here? What did my dog bring in here that I stepped on? And I go to pick my foot up and look at it, and my pants come up. And I'm like, what?
Pocket knife?
No, my belt was still in my pants from the night before.
Yeah.
And the prong that was on my belt
Oh, fuck.
went all the way through the center of my foot.
God damn. Ow.
And I was just like, why do fat people can't get a break with their feet, dude. It's not the diabetes or
It's
the gout.
so far away for me to deal with it.
All foot issues are directly related to being too fat. Because if I was 10 pounds lighter,
It went into your foot.
Yes, it broke the center of my foot. It went up. Here's the thing. You guys know I pass out when I see blood.
Yep.
And if you don't know, you do now. I pass out when I see blood. Found out when I was going to be a nurse. I was in clinicals.
It's
not
a
a way you want
rough
to find
time
out.
to figure that out.
Everybody's already calling you a pussy because you're a fucking nurse.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, if joke's on you. I'm in a class with 30 fucking girls. I'm going to get so much fucking white trash sniz, dude.
Oh no, he scratched his arm. I'm getting the vapors.
Oh, and then they had to scoop me up off the fucking floor in my white scrubs. But no, I pass out when I see blood. So I pull the belt out of my foot.
That's a bad thing to do if you can.
Blood everywhere. So then I'm grabbing it and I'm holding my one foot up in the air because I don't want to get blood on the carpet.
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing the blood. I'm like, well, I got to get something on this. So I grab my towel that I had and I put it on my foot. And then I'm sitting down and I'm just like, all I could think is I've got to get my boxers on. And I'm like, I got to put them on, but I couldn't release the towel.
Oh yeah, because you might pass out and you don't want to be found naked.
No, yeah, I don't want to be. I don't know who would find me in my apartment with the door locked, but I don't want even a chance that somebody walks in with my asshole up.
Yeah. What do we have here? This poor unfortunate, larger, chubby gentleman with the very small penis seems to have passed out due to the sight of his own foot blood.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Code 7. Got it.
There's varying levels of small penis. Like, sometimes you have a good dick day, get out of a hot shower, you're like, all right. Sometimes you'll go to play like an athletic sport, or you'll get nervous, or it'll be cold, and you'll see your dick, and you're like, where did it go?
Sports drink. Yeah.
Passing out whenever you see blood is the smallest your dick will ever
does it
be.
get really
it's
tight?
an elevator button. There's no, all you can, like, it literally looks like you can just press it and go up. That's it. That's all you can do with it. So I'm just like, I got to get my fucking boxers on so nobody will see.
Listen, if I'm going to die here from passing out and blood loss, then how about God I'm going to do it with my pants on?
And then I'm just hobbling around for the next 3 weeks. Because
Is there anything worse than a foot injury?
no, because it's
Everything
you do is on your fucking foot.
Yep.
I don't have I'm trying to walk on it and trying to like be weird.
Yep.
And I'm limping and hobbling, and people are like, "What's wrong? Did you hurt your back? Did you hurt your ankle?" And I'm like, "I stepped on a belt, and because of my sheer mass, my size to weight ratio, the sole of my foot gave way to the prong of my fossil leather belt that I've had since 8th grade. Been a good belt, really has. Thought about throwing it away after that particular incident." I was like, you know what? I don't even think Fossil is still a company anymore, and fuck your watches. Fuck your wallets. And I think you had clone one time. Fuck that too.
Being a good belt.
It has. It's been a great belt. As far as belts go, I'm wearing it right now. No, I was about to throw it away, but I'm like, I ain't ever going to find another 32 belt that
you know
fits
why
like
you're
that.
going to throw it away? Because you got your daddy in you and something hurt somebody and you got to make it go away.
Hurt people.
That is uniquely, it has to come from your dad because it's not just a typical white trash thing.
No, that's me. That's like a Terry
Because
Bear
my
thing.
dad didn't do it and he's as trash as you can get.
When anything hurt us when we were kids, like if I wrecked a bicycle, my dad would chuck the bicycle. If we wrecked on roller skates, my dad one time he took my roller skates and he took a screwdriver and popped every one of those wheels out. Like, I'll be goddamned if you hurt mine again. He's like, fuck you, you little roller skate. Fuck you, bicycle. Fuck you, stairs.
Then we've been friends since we were literal children, and I didn't know that particular quirk. I mean, we'd shared a lot of quirks, but I didn't know about that one. We go hiking one time, us and our then girlfriends, soon to be wives, and carving initials in a tree, typical dirt bag shit. And his wife, Kayla, cut her finger with a pocket knife. So, of course, because you throw things that hurt people, he just grabs it and chucks it in the woods. And I was like, wait. What was that? And he's like, here, wrap it up. I'm going to help you. Like, he goes real dad mode.
No, the worst part is I'm
Which
trying to
is
help
adorable.
I'm trying to help Caleb fucking tape her finger back up.
Yep.
And she doesn't know I pass out when I see blood. So I'm sitting there. And I'm like, I don't know if you've ever tried to put a Band-Aid on when everything is moving.
Yeah. I mean, you did good. You were helping doctor her up. And like the whole time I'm just standing, it was on a bridge. I'll never forget it. I'm just standing on that bridge looking back. And I'm like, now why'd he throw that goddamn knife? I wonder. I'm going to let him deal with the finger thing. That is quite a bit of blood to be losing on a trail, but I am going to bring this back up. And I remember once everything had settled down and Kayla had quit crying because She cries like a child when she gets hurt. And I don't mean like cries like only children cry when they get hurt. I mean, she cries like a child. She's like, she does the puppy dog eyes up like, it hurted me. And once everything had calmed down and the tears had mostly dried, I was like, hey, the knife that she cut herself with, is there a reason you just did it break and that's what you were throwing it? He's like, no, it cut her. And I'm like, right. And because of that, we decided to just throw it into the woods. And he's like, well, yeah, it hurt her, just a reaction. I'm like, that's not a reaction that anyone else has.
It hurt one of mine, so I'm going to hurt you.
But the fact that
I still have that too. Like if dogs bark at June and I look at people, I'm like, if your dog hurts my dog, I'm going to hurt your dog. Your dog bites my dog, I'm going to bite your dog.
That's different. That's another thing. This was like an inanimate object.
Same thing. If your coffee table hurts my shin, I'm going to hurt your coffee table. You've never done that? You've never stubbed your toe and then fucked a Dude, I did it today. I was using a hacksaw and it was a piece of shit and it burnt my thumb because it wouldn't cut anything and I accidentally put the hacksaw over my finger and it burnt my finger because it was so dull and I just take it and I go, you motherfucker. Throw it and smash it. And now I don't have any hacksaw.
Now I have like smashed my thumb and threw a hammer. But it's not like...
That's more like, get away from me.
Yeah, it's like... Or like, I shot when we lived in our old apartment because I grew up not having a landlord. The landlord was my parents, right? If something broke in the house, your ass is fixing that broken thing, right? I didn't know you could just call a landlord when something stopped working and have them come fix it. So I'm just working on a light switch with just apartment tools. Like I don't have like a tester. I don't have access to a fuse panel. I don't know where any of that shit is. I'm just taking light switches apart and fucking hoping, buddy. That's what I was doing. And I, of course, closed the circuit with the screwdriver. It shocked the fuck out of me. And out of instinct, I threw the screwdriver.
You're like, oh yeah, get it away from me.
Yeah, and I was like, fucking goddamn it. And it's stuck in the wall, so now I got to do drywall work. But I've never like... watch someone get hurt by something, take that thing and make it go away. And the funniest part of the whole thing to me is like, because you grew up with that, you were like, the reaction. It's just a reaction thing, it's like an instinct type thing, how when somebody gets hurt by something, you take that inanimate object and chuck it into the woods wildly. The fact that you thought it was just a normal reaction that people have, and I just stood for so long just watching him. Now, why did he it was one of those things where like I was having a full blown conversation about it must have broke. That's what she was carving in that tree and it broke. And he's like, this damn piece of shit knife latch broke and that's what hurt her. So I'm going to throw this broken. It had to have broke.
No, it was a brand new knife that I stole from Walmart. That was a dirt bag. And I was like, no, that's what. And I was like, I don't. Why do people keep thinking that I'm poor every time they see me? I'm not. I'm like, oh no, it's because, dude,
Yeah.
There's just a look.
Yeah.
And there's a physique that goes with, oh man, there's this guy that he knows that my brother, he thought I was my brother. He's like, and I was thinking, because Zach's a pharmacist, and he goes, I was thinking that you don't look like a pharmacist. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? You mean you don't think I could be an almost doctor, you piece of shit? You don't think I could go to community college and then 3 more years of school to tell people about ibuprofen? Fuck off. What does that mean? I mean, you just didn't look like you could be a pharmacist. Could what, motherfucker? I was like ready to fight this dude.
Now, that being said, I'm not a pharmacist.
I am what is known as unemployed. Gainfully employed.
I'm between jobs. Oh, yeah? Which two? The last one and one later, maybe.
Oh, man. I remember the first time I saw my dad hurt something that hurt one of us. We were at Myrtle Beach, and my brother was getting pinched by a hermit crab because he wanted a hermit crab.
Oh, that hermit crab got fucked up.
It pinched it, and my brother's screaming bloody murder. He's like, Daddy, again. And my dad's like, he turns into a hound dog so often. Just, and the noises that come out of him, he like, the jaw juts out, Copenhagen spit goes flying, and it's like this, and then it's so he's digging, and he pulls out his pocket knife, which is a Case XX, not easy to open one-handed. Opens it one-handed, pretty cool.
That's tough.
And he goes in there to cut off the legs of the hermit crab. The lady who works there at Myrtle Beach, God bless her, because she's just a typical trash bag. Got the the Playboy bunny tan tattoo on her hip.
Yeah.
She's wearing Sophie shorts. She's got an airbrush T-shirt, and she fucking lives there. She just grabs
14-year-old me is hard as a rock right now.
Now, my dad was a coal miner at this time.
Yep.
And he had very impressive arms. So to see this just menthol smoking, Pontiac Sunfire driving, box color having bitch grab his arm and just flip it back like it was nothing and go, hold on. And she takes a water bottle and
Hold on.
she sprays the hermit crab and it lets go. And I was just like, what?
She's a magician and she's beautiful.
Because I was so little. There were so many traumatizing things happening. I saw my brother get injured, screaming bloody murder in public, a lot going on. And then I see my dad not handle it well, pull out a knife. He's about to kill an animal. And I'm like, don't you hurt that animal. And then I see a woman cuck my dad and then pull out a spray bottle and go, and it lets go.
And everything just calms after that.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, wow.
A lot just happened just now.
Now whenever Kayla's bitching at me because she's on her period, I just pull out a water bottle and just go, calm down.
And if that don't work, you always got the case knife. Oh, no, wait. You threw that.
Yeah, I threw it in the woods. All right. All
How
right,
long
well, that
have
was
we
a lot
been
of
going?
fun. We've been going for an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to do this because I'm professional, yeah. Come see me at the Wallace Theater Friday, April 18th in Johnson City, Tennessee. If you want to watch me perform stand-up comedy, I will also be opening for Mark Normand at the Paramount Theater Saturday, April 19th.
Hell yeah.
April 24th, 25th, 26th, I'll be at the Flagship City Comedy Festival where I'm doing a tattoo show, which means they tattoo me while I have to do comedy. So I get a free tat, but I have to sit still.
That won't be too bad.
It won't be a problem.
You sit like a rock usually.
And then I got the Vail, Colorado Comedy Festival, May 23rd, 24th, 25th, and then I think that's those are the dates. Any dates you want to plug?
Yeah, for the foreseeable every other weekend, I will be mowing yards at the Lighthouse Trailer Park. Come on by and check your boy out. It is a pretty nice zero turn. I'm getting good on it.
Hey, when's opening day?
Oh, yeah, opening day. If you want to come out and support your boy playing some adult baseball, because I never let a dream die, I will be doing that on Sundays.
Got a new bamboo bat. He's just waiting to put a hurting on something. All right.
That's right.
Well, this has been a Trailer Fire. Bye.
See ya.